Hi, let's get ready for tonight's flip video. We've been talking about learning about fractions, multiplying and dividing them. And some of the things that people ask are, how do you know in a word problem if you are supposed to multiply or divide a fraction? What tells you what you're supposed to do? We understand what the words are if we need to add or subtract them, but this is a little different because we're not so used to multiplying and dividing fractions. So it can be confusing to read a fraction word problem and not understand what we're supposed to do. So to figure out what we're supposed to do, we have to look at the words and the phrases that are used in the word problems. Let's start with multiplying fractions first. How do you know? What is there about the words that tell you that? Well, there's 5 ways to know that you are going to multiply that are typically used in EOG math problems. Letter A, when the question asks for a fraction of a fraction or a fraction of a whole number, you know you're going to multiply. If it asks for 2/3 of a half or 4/5 of 10, that is asking for a fraction of something. That's when you know you're going to multiply. Letter B, when the question shows an area model. We've looked at these. They're the models that are divided into sections this way, and they have different shading. That's when you know you're going to multiply. Letter C, this is easy. When the word times is used, like Timmy has 1.5 times more cookies than Tommy, we know we're going to multiply there. Letter D, when the question is about resizing, like if it mentions you are going to make a picture frame 2/3 bigger, or you're going to make a model car or a model airplane and you want to make it 1/5 the size of the real thing, or you're going to make a little doll that's smaller or larger. Anytime something is being resized, you're going to multiply. Last of all, when the question asks for the area of a fractional figure, we know area is length times width, so we know that we are going to multiply when it asks for area. So how do you know if you're going to have to divide the fractions? Four ways you can tell here. Letter A, when the question mentions sharing, like cookies, brownies, pizza, clay. I noticed that about 80% of the test prep questions I've seen for the EOG mention the word sharing. You know you're going to divide. Letter B, if the question is about cutting something up, like you're going to cut up a rope, you're going to cut up a sandwich, you're going to cut up a brownie, a pizza, you're going to cut it up, that is going to be divided. Letter C, this is easy. Again, if the word divide is actually used, like Billy divided his birthday cake up among 5 friends, you know you're going to divide. Last of all, if the word serving is used, a serving is the item divided up. Like if Sally divided 8 cups of raisins into 1/8 cup servings, it uses the word divide, but it also uses the word serving, so you know you're going to be cutting it up. All right, here are 5 practice problems. There's 3 here and 2 on the next page. You don't have to write these problems down. You will write the word multiply if you would multiply to solve the problem, or you'll write divide if you need to divide to solve the problem. And then you're going to actually solve the problem. So here it is. For each problem, you're going to either write multiply or divide, and then work out the equation and solve it. I'm going to show these. Of course, you know that you can always replay anything if you missed it the first time around. Or you can always put it on pause. Don't forget this. Either write multiply or divide and solve the problem. As always, if you need help, please let me know the next day in class. I'll be glad to help out.